Well, hello. This is Creating Cards with Sherry. I'm Sherry, and I'm so glad that you have decided to join me today for my Simple Sunday video. I have been doing some fun projects this week, and I showed you one on Tuesday where we had made some backpack gift boxes and suggesting to give little gifts to your teachers when your kids go back to school. I had there was an administrator at the elementary school nearby, and she wanted us to make something for her teachers that she could give to them that would be just an encouragement to them and a back to school kind of project, just something special. So we put together these backpacks, and it's just really been a lot of fun. Now today I'm going to show you another um, treat idea, and that is a paper coffee mug. Now last year, I think it was last year around Christmas time, I had made some paper mugs, and this is what they looked like. All right. And these are nice mugs, and they do carry some things, but they aren't very heavy. And I came across a video of someone who had put together some mugs that were very sturdy, and I was so impressed that that's what I chose to do for um, our project for the teachers. Sorry, my mind is going blank. Um, Hopefully this video will keep going. At one point, all of a sudden, there's a big crack of thunder and the lights went out. So they're back, and I'm hoping it won't happen again, but we'll see how far we get in this video. All right. There are several things that you will need to do, and I've already begun. I've gotten pretty much everything taken care of, and so I'm just going to walk through this with you. You're going to need an 8.5 by 11 cardstock, and you're going to cut off an inch to make it 7.5 by 11. All right. And then you're going to take that 1-inch strip and you cut it to 6 and you put it aside for later. Now, what I did here, this is what the mugs look like. I put some treats in here to show you too. These handles, they're okay, but they're not as strong as the mug. So what I did is I took 2 6-inch pieces and glued them together to make a heavier handle. And I'm going to see how that works for us. All right. I'm going to start, let's see, on the 11-inch side, we scored at 1.5, 3, 4.5, 6, 7.5, 9, and 10.5. And then with the 7.5 side at the top, we scored at 2 and 5.5, which basically it leaves 2 inches on both sides. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is burnish all of these lines. And this project is a lot easier than the backpack was. So it goes quicker, but it's still so much fun. All right, I am going to go down the middle here. I'm going to go on this side. And just like this. Okay. It really doesn't matter where you start because both sides have those 2 inches there. So it really makes it doesn't matter at all where you begin this project. But what you're going to do is you're going to cut from the bottom to that line. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm just going to start cutting while I'm talking to you. This is our gorgeous grape paper, in case you do not know if you're new to this. All right. Okay, now in this corner, we have a small piece. I forgot. I didn't burnish that. That's why I missed it. Okay, we have the small piece, and what we're going to do is we're going to cut off the ends. Just snip those right off. And then we're going to miter cut these ends here to make our tab. All right, and then we're going to continue to cut on the other side, going from the bottom to the line. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we are going to start with our DSP, and this is this autumn, splendid autumn DSP. And you want to, if you have pieces that continue on, you want to make sure that you keep them lined up so that the pattern continues. And you'll have 7 strips, and all of those strips are 3 by 3 and 3/8. Oh no, you start with 3 and 3, 3 by 3 and 3/8. Too many threes in there. But you'll cut 1 and 3/8 by 3 and 3/8 strips. There will be a total of 7 strips. And you just put them right inside those areas that are folded. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start gluing them down. Oh, yeah, okay. I almost made a mistake. There's something I should have done before I even started this. But I think we'll be okay. But you want to make sure that you glue these down before you actually assemble the mug, because it'll just be easier. If you assemble the mug, then you've got it standing up and have to fight with all the edges and everything to get it in place. So you want to do it while your project is still flat. Does that make sense? Now, I got this idea from Lisa Bernardi. She's from Queen Bee Creations, is what her site is called on YouTube. And this is where I saw how to make the more sturdy card. And I was so impressed. I really liked it. So, okay. Now, what I should have done first, I'm going to do now, but because this is my top, I'm going to put all these tabs down so that I have a nice smooth finish at the top. So I'll show you what I mean in just a minute. So I'm going to put glue on every one of these tabs. And I'm doing these tabs because I know this is where the top of my DSP is. I'm just going to let that adhere for a little bit. See, and then you have this really nice, smooth finish. Can you see that? Yeah, no, it makes it a whole lot sturdier than what these cups did. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take some tear and tape. Because these are heavy mugs, we want to make sure that they hold really well. And so I am going to put 2 pieces of tear and tape on these. Well, it doesn't want to tear for me, but I will snip it instead. And then I'll add another piece, and if they overlap, that's okay. It's not a big deal. Okay. We're going to fold over this part right here, and we're going to bring this edge over here and line it up according to the score lines and the pattern. Make sure I get it all straight. And then we'll have that all together. Okay. Now, what I have done, and I forgot to bring it with me, so I don't know if this is, no, that's not big enough. I had a tumbler. I must have left it upstairs because I don't see it. But if you can wrap this around a tumbler or put it in a 3-inch mug, that will help secure this while you work on it and put it together. So that's just a tip and something to think about. I wish I would have remembered my tumbler, but I didn't. So I'm just going to try and do this without having to run upstairs and you wait on the video. What we're going to do is we're going to put these tabs inside and we're going to glue them opposite ends like so. Okay, to make our bottom. and you can play with it while you're doing it to make sure that you get everything. I keep saying squared away, but so that it lays right where it needs to. The other thing about the tumbler is I had a flat bottom to put this on. That helped me keep it together as well. Okay, and you want to kind of play with it to make sure that you get it in the shape that you need it to be. You can flip it around and play with it that way too. And take your glue or your bone folder inside to flatten everything. Okay, and then the other thing that she did that I thought was really cool is she took a 3-inch circle, and I took that from the Stylish Shapes. And I'm just going to lay that on top, and it gives it more of a finished look, right? That looks better than all those flaps hanging around. Okay, we're almost finished. Now for the handle. As I said before, I took two 6-inch strips and I glued them together to make them heavier. All right, so what I'm going to do, and I'm going to make my handle different than what I did on there. So I'm just going to, curl this a little bit so it flows easy. And now I have to think on what side I want to put this strip. Okay, I'm going to put some tearing tape on here again. And I'm going to use 2 strips. And I look for that, the spot where we put it together. Can you see that? That little tab is in there that we had that we put tearing tape on. Okay, now I got to think of how I'm doing this. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to put some more tearing tape down at this end. Just stick that down here. And there we have our handle, and it is much more sturdy than this one. So I would highly suggest that you do 2 of them. Then you can put your CeeLo bag with goodies in it, and it's easy to carry. It's not so flimsy. All right, and I just put a bow in the middle there. I used the ribbon that has the stripes in it that came out this year, and it makes a nice little treat package. Okay, and all of these cups that I've showed you, well, except for this one, this came from the Latte DSP. But these are all from the Autumn Splendid, or Splendid Autumn, sorry. And you'll want 2 sheets of them because they're 6 by 6, and so when you make them, you're going to run out. You're going to need some more to put your pattern on. So make sure that you grab 2 sheets of the same color to do that. All right. And well, thank you so much for joining me today. This was a fun project to do with you, and I hope that you enjoyed it. You have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you again on Tuesday for my Tickle Tuesday video. Bye now.